Good morning, YouTube, hammock forums, family and friends. It's Real Morgan, and it is a gorgeous morning on Branns Mills Pond, sort of betwixt and between Dover Foxcroft and Garland, Maine. And I'm out on the water enjoying a cruise. It is May 19th, and it is high spring and beautiful. It's probably going to be in the 80s today. I'm cruising around this morning. It's probably about 8:45 or so, and see if I can't spot some loons. We've got about 4 on the pond, and something that I did not know is that loons are big birds. They're like goose size. They just don't have the long neck. So we'll go tooling around, and you can see some of the beautiful greenery behind and around me. Pond is fairly still this morning, not a lot of wind, which is perfect. So I will check back with you later. Figured I'd turn the camera to the side and give you folks a view of some of the prettier parts of the pond. There are a number of small islands, heavily treed. Only one of them is owned. The rest of them are apparently owned by the town up the road, and they can all be yours as a package for $1.5 million, which I think is a bit much, but they're still pretty nonetheless. You can actually camp on them in the summer, and people use them as bases for ice fishing in the winter, and it's all very pretty and lovely. I may actually wind up camping out on one of these islands here at some point. It's just really pretty. And this, my dear viewers, is the view ahead. Kind of turn the boat a bit, change the angle so you guys can kind of get a view. Maine in the spring. It is gorgeous. Loons were around on this section of pond a few minutes ago, but they can disappear quick. They dive, and after that they're gone. They can swim considerable distances underwater, and when they go down, you never know when or where they'll pop back up. So hopefully I'll have a lucky encounter. Yesterday I was just cruising around not paying attention. There was one about 10 feet off the front of the boat, and it actually tolerated my presence. Loons are birds that don't like to be disturbed, especially in their nesting grounds. They like to be left alone, but they can get along with people okay. And this pond is quiet. It's very shallow. I don't think this pond is more than maybe at the most 8 feet deep, 10 tops. And because of that, it's very productive. There are quite a few fish here, real good ecosystem, and so we've got probably more loons per surface area on this pond than you would find on a big lake here in Maine, like Moosehead, which is one of the biggest lakes in Maine. Right now we've got, I think, 4 or possibly 6 loons on the pond right now, and I think the last census they did of Moosehead, which is, God, hundreds if not thousands of times the size of this pond, they only found 8 breeding pairs. So there you go. Anyway, thought I'd give you the view. Glorious spring morning on a pond in Maine. Just for grins, here's me paddling into the boat launch. Light breeze, which is a blessing because it is incredibly hot today. It's hot for Maine. Humidity's up, and it's always higher near the water, and I'm on water, so just paddling in gently, bringing it into the boat launch. And we're here. Well, I'm here at the boat dock Sunday evening. Gonna take a little turn around the pond. And I was putting the boat together, and like, about 70 feet away, a loon starts calling. And there's the loon. Loons are camera shy. they don't like being photographed. Anyway, I've got a funny feeling it's going to be the irony that this is the closest shot we're going to get of a loon all day, and I haven't even gotten in the water. Life in Maine. Anyway, see y'all later. And as promised, this is the pond in the evening. Very pretty. I'll get some more video of this as I go tooling around the pond. I do this once in the morning and once in the evening on the weekends. And hopefully we'll continue to do so throughout the summer because it's just too gorgeous and it's awesome. But of course I haven't been too terribly physically active to any great extent for quite a while. And so after spending 2 hours on the pond this morning, I went home and I took a nap. But it's good to be back out on the water. It's beautiful in the evening, and see if I can get some shots of the pond lilies for you this time, as I mentioned them earlier. Cruising along, just thinking that bit of shoreline with the sun peeking through. Looks really pretty. This place is gorgeous any time of the day, but it always looks differently depending on the light. So I'm just tooling along. The pond is almost like glass. Not much of a breeze. That'll ruffle the surface, but that's about it. And having to dodge the occasional water plant, because getting them in the prop, then I have to stop and take them out of the prop, and that's annoying. But, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, just thought you would find this pretty. I mentioned earlier that we have all over this pond lilies. And so I've taken the camera out of the mount on the boat, and I'm kind of holding it freehand with the mount arm. But those are the pond lilies. And over here, if I swing around, we have, pond lily blossom. And the pond lilies are starting to bloom. Really, really nice. Very, very pretty. And these lilies are actually all over the place. You'll run into them in many, many places. Turn the camera around. Yeah. So you'll run into them in many, many places. I'm going to actually put the camera back down, so bear with the weird shakiness. And so the pond lilies, because the pond is so shallow, they grow all over the place, which is really nice and fairly lovely. And I need to kind of go out into slightly deeper water, or I'm going to ground the prop, the drive system. Plus there's weeds here. But yeah, it's just really, really gorgeous here. As a matter of fact, there's some more pond lilies up here. And they're starting to bloom all over the place, so it's gorgeous. And the thing is, the blooms don't last very long, a day or two at the most, and they're gone. But generally, they'll bloom, you know, keep sending up blossoms and leaves and things. So it's really pretty. And yeah, I go on about things like that, but we just never had things like this in California, and it's just lovely and peaceful. So another reason why I'm glad I came to Maine. Right over there. We'll probably dive. So don't like. Yep, there he goes. Hi, loon. Loon call. Kinda cool. And just for grins, here's some more pond lilies. Actually circled back around. Didn't want to get off the water just yet, so I'm just kind of cruising along. And that loon that was calling is up ahead somewhere, but it's amazing how quickly they can become invisible. And this one appears to have done just that. Anyway, I'm heading back to the boat ramp. I'm pretty much done for the evening. I'm going to go home. It's Sunday. We're going to settle in, button down, and be ready for work tomorrow. So, this is Real Morgan, signing off.